Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you are, remember you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another Habs Daily News with the hockey coach guru, Coach Frenchy. Today, episode number 382. What a minute, coach. First of all, we have the Habs news. Finally, we are back for another Habs market trade proposal. But before we start, guys, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show, and leave us a comment about this episode. And let's dive in talking about my first subject of the day. My first subject of the day, guys, is about the Montreal Canadiens news. Obviously, we have really sad news. Yvon Pedneault, at 77 years old, passed away. If you follow the Montreal Canadiens and more as a French Montreal Canadien, Pedneault is an icon as a writer, reporter, and hockey analyst in the province of Quebec. He started his career with a newspaper called La Presse. After that, with the Journal de Montreal. He's always been involved with different TV sport, some point with the Réseau des Sports RDS. Finally, his last appearance as a hockey analyst was with the TVA Sport. And obviously, yesterday, Yvon Pedneault, at 77 years old, passed away. Condolences for his family. My second news of the day is about Lias Andersson. We know Andersson signed a contract of 1 year with the Montreal Canadiens last month, July 2nd. Andersson was drafted by the New York Rangers, 7th overall pick in 2017. Obviously, never reached his full potential in NHL. At some point, he was traded from the Rangers to the Los Angeles Kings. Last season, played only one game with the Kings. And the year prior to that, he played 20 games. But last year, he scored 31 goals in 67 games in American Hockey League for a total of 59 points. This is maybe his last card for him to have an opportunity to play in NHL. If this does not work, don't be surprised. Andersson is going to play in 2024, 2025, maybe in the KHL or in Sweden Hockey League. My next subject of the day is about the Montreal Canadiens prospect without contract. What are you talking about? 7 different players, they are going to play this year with no contract with the Montreal Canadiens. All of them was drafted by the Montreal Canadiens, and they cannot sign all of them every time they pick players at the NHL draft. The limit of the NHL contract per year is 50. And obviously, in 2024, we have 7 different players. They are looking to get their first contract professional with the Montreal Canadiens. I'm talking about Luke Tuck for the Boston University, followed by Ty Slimanik for the Wisconsin Badger. Jared Davidson have a contract right now with the Laval Rocket. Same situation with Miguel Tourigny. We have Cedric Guédon playing in the OHL with no contract at this moment. Then Petri Nurmi in Finland, defenseman drafted by the Montreal Canadiens in 2022. Finally, Blake Blondie is another player right now with no contract with the Montreal Canadiens, and there are 7 players drafted by the Montreal Canadiens in the last couple of years or was traded to the Montreal Canadiens or looking for a contract in 2024. At the end of the day, can you have to take a big decision about those 7 players if they're going to offer or not a contract in 2024? This concludes, guys, my first subject of the day. Leave me a comments about different news we got today. Let's move on for my second subject of the day. My second subject of the day is about the Habs mock trade proposal. We know this is only for entertaining between you and me. I'm looking about where Montreal Canadiens could trade a specific players to any other NHL team. But today I have 2 players Montreal could trade. I'm talking about Casey DeSmith and Joel Armia. We know Armia still carrying 2 more years contract with the Montreal Canadiens at $3.4 million. And Casey DeSmith carrying 1 more final year of his contract at $1.8 million with the Montreal Canadiens. Montreal guarantee him to trade him before the beginning of the season. And I feel like it could be a good package deal to have Joel Armia and Casey DeSmith to trade to the Chicago Blackhawks. Why the Chicago Blackhawks? First of all, they are under $12 million for the salary cap. Secondly, they have only 10 regular players right now as a forward for the upcoming season. Yes, they have rookies, Rekal, Radish, and many others could play with the Chicago Blackhawks, but I think players like Armia only at $3.4 million and only 2 years contract, could bring his experience. We know he played a couple of years under the assistant coach for the Montreal Canadiens, Luke Richardson. now is the head coach of the Chicago Blackhawks. I feel Armia could be a good asset for the Chicago Blackhawks. Finally, Chicago really need another goaltender behind Peter Marechek for the upcoming season. We know right now they have Soderblom and Stobert. Two goaltenders have a few experience in NHL. I think with Casey DeSmith behind Marechek, that will satisfy that position for the Chicago Blackhawks for the upcoming season. Of course, you know, Marechek, he's a prone injury. Don't be surprised he disappear in the first couple of weeks of the season. And DeSmith could become the goaltender number one for the Chicago Blackhawks for the upcoming season. But what is the proposal, coach? The trade between the Chicago Blackhawks and Montreal Canadiens is Chicago get DeSmith, Armia, and the 7th-round pick for the Montreal Canadiens in 2024, and return Montreal Canadiens get the 3rd-round pick 2024, the Chicago Blackhawks, and the 4th-round pick 2025. Why the Chicago going to give 2 picks and get DeSmith, Armia plus another pick? Remember, Chicago Blackhawks in the next 3 seasons, they have 16 draft picks in the first 3 rounds. They cannot sign all of them. Remember, when you rebuild a team, you need players for transition. What are you talking about? But sometimes when you rebuild, you need players to carry on that team to be a good team to make the playoff. Example, with the Montreal Canadiens, Jake Allen, David Savard are 2 players over 30 years old. I don't see them play with the Montreal Canadiens when they're going to be ready to make the playoff. Same situation with the Chicago Blackhawks to add Joel Armia, Casey DeSmith. They fill up friend all they have right now in their lineup for the benefit for the Montreal Canadiens to get those 2 picks. First of all, they're going to drop the salary cap $5.2 million. That way helping Ken Hughes to put Carey Price under the salary cap and the book for the upcoming season. That will give him a lot of flexibility for the upcoming season. Then they add 2 picks in the next 2 NHL draft. Montreal Canadiens open spot for a young Habs prospect, and they are the benefit of that trade. And I feel this is a good deal for both teams. But I would love to hear from you guys. Leave me a comments about this mock trade proposal today. And this concludes all the subject we have on this episode. Thanks for watching another Habs Daily News. Today, episode number 382. But before we leave, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show, and leave us a comment about this episode. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. And of course, we wish you an amazing, great, blessing day, everybody.